It is Monday. It's the 21st of January. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. The sun will rise over the U.S. Capitol in just under an hour, and it's a big day for Washington. In just a few hours, President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden will take part in the ceremonial swearing in on Capitol Hill. Now, one of the issues at the top of Obama's in-tray for the second term is Afghanistan, and the unstable security situation was highlighted today by a gunfight that raged for hours between Taliban insurgents and police at a security building in Kabul. After a suicide bomber detonated his explosives outside the complex, other insurgents forced their way into the building, setting off explosions. They are in court for day one of their trial, but we aren't allowed to see or hear the proceedings. The case against 5 men accused of raping and murdering a young woman in New Delhi last month is being heard in a special fast-track court. CNN's Sunima Udas is in New Delhi, and she's following that case for us that has shocked India and the world. Sunima, talk to us a little bit about these restrictions that are held now on reporting this story. They're wide and sweeping. What can and can't we say?
Monita, the court has said it is against the law for any person to print or publish any matter relating to those court proceedings.
Counting their dead, the death toll is rising as Algerian officials hunt through rubble and hospitals for bodies after a gas plant siege in the desert. At least 29 hostages have been confirmed dead in the past few hours, and 35 militants. It looks as though Japan and the Philippines were the countries hardest hit by that militant attack on the gas complex. Alex Zolber joins us now from Tokyo with more on that. Alex.
Well, Monita, we have been waiting for the better part of the day. We're now into Monday night here in Tokyo, and we have been waiting on word.
There in Tokyo. In less than 24 hours, Israelis go to the polls to decide who will lead their next government. Current Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to secure a third term in office with his Likud party. But snowy scenes in Davos, Switzerland, as some of the world's most influential people arrive at the World Economic Forum. The annual meeting kicks off on Wednesday. The high-profile guest list includes nearly 50 heads of state and around 1,500 business leaders. While they are enjoying those snowy scenes in Davos, thousands in northern Europe are wrapping up warm with shivering temperatures and heavy snow blasts across the continent. The white winter is good news for many children, but not so good news for people trying to travel anywhere. Check now on the winter weather in Europe. Meteorologist Mari Ramos is at the World Weather Center. And Mari, you know, we've all been asking the question. It is winter, after all, in the Northern Hemisphere. They should be used to this, right?
They should be, but you know what? This is such a long-duration event that even at the very beginning, when we first saw the first forecast for snow coming down, so little better.
Maybe it's not a good idea that I'm telling our colleagues in Europe, in London in particular, that it's double-digit weather here in Hong Kong. Mari, thank you very much for that. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Many battles lie ahead for Barack Obama after this inauguration day. After the break, one former leader offers his perspective on how to end a nation's love affair with guns. We'll bring you that just ahead. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. More than 800,000 people are expected to descend on Capitol Hill in Washington today. They'll be there to see Barack Obama publicly sworn in for his second term as U.S. president. Those are live pictures there of Capitol Hill. CNN's Dan Lothian joins us now live from the White House. And Dan, a lot of people often say that the second inaugural address rarely makes history, but Obama rarely disappoints when it comes to bringing a crowd to its feet. Any idea what we can expect from his anticipated speech?
Well, aides, advisors, and others familiar with the president's remarks say...
For that, Dan Lothian, they're at the White House. Well, speaking of challenges, even before his second term got underway, President Obama was coming up against stiff opposition to his plans to overhaul America's gun laws. Watching from the other side of the world is Australia's former Prime Minister. After rewriting the country's gun legislation there after a horrifying massacre in the 1990s, John Howard says he understands what the president is up against. CNN's Anna Corrin reports now from Sydney.
In a beautiful remote part of Tasmania, history changed forever within a matter of minutes.
You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. For 50 years, 007 has escaped the clutches of enemy agents, supervillains, and terrorists. But in real life, there's one thing he may not be able to evade, and that's Chinese sensitivities. Get ready to hear Harbol a lot in the coming days, as Super Bowl 47 will be a brotherly affair. Pedro Pinto joins us now with more details on that. Hello, Pedro.
Hey, Monita, good to see you. It's a great story. Brothers John and Jim Harbaugh will be clashing in Super Bowl 47 as they look at sports for this hour. Monita, back to you in Hong Kong.
All right, Pedro, thank you very much. Always good to have you on the show. We leave you now with one final question. Could anything be more Canadian than this? The maple leaf depicted on these banknotes? Well, turns out the answer is, folks, pretty much anything. Turn over a new leaf. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/News Center Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you with news headlines in just a couple of minutes.